Alright everybody, we are back, refreshed. It is after 5 a.m. here, but I'm good to go. So.
At least for the next 20 minutes until you crash and burn.
Well, I mean, I took a pretty good nap, and then of course 5-hour energy, so, you know.
If you go face first into the keyboard, I don't know if I can save us at that point.
No, we're good, we're good. Alright, so racial benefits.
Okay, so each race has different base stats. Races are not gender or class locked. Some classes may work better with certain races, but nothing is enforced. And a player's choice of race will influence their racial augments. You'll have racial augments that are capable of being applied to active skills, and those augments are going to be a reflection of the flavor of that specific race. In addition, races will have differing degrees of stats, and our game in our class system relies on certain stats to achieve different metrics in the game when it comes to damage, defense, and landing rates, and all that other kind of stuff. So stat growth. Stat growth proceeds in the following order. The race seeds a player's base stat. The primary archetype grows the base stats, and the secondary archetype does not contribute to stat growth. This is a revision of an earlier statement. Different races have different stat compositions. Those stats can be important, but we also don't want them to dictate any kind of meta for what classes are best used with different races. The choice of profession does not affect player stats, and gear has approximately a 40 to 50% influence on a player's overall power in the game. Gear, very important.
Yep. Alright, roles.
So the roles are traditional Trinity of tank DPS that support healer. Although traditional roles are present, players should not feel branded by their primary archetype.
Yep.
Skill augments available through the class system allow characters to be personalized outside of their primary role.
Minus tanks.
Players.
I almost say minus tank though. Tank's pretty like, that's a tank.
You're a tank no matter what your secondary is. You're just a tank. You're the meat shield and deal with that.
Currently, that's how it's sitting, so yeah.
Currently. We'll see.
We'll see.
Players can also double down on their archetype choice to strengthen their primary role. That's why I was thinking mage on mage, right? Because you become probably the most powerful that way. We have our 8 base archetypes, and the Trinity is a pretty strong influence with regards to the 8 base classes. However, the area in which we usually begin to play with that line between the Trinity is in the secondary classes that you can pick. That's where we begin to blend those spaces and allow people a little bit of influence over their role and whether or not they fit perfectly within a particular category within the Trinity.
Yep. And we'll definitely see how their dungeons feel, their fights feel, you know, could I be a summoner with a bunch of tank pets? Would that be sufficient enough to tank? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you can have a tank pet, but how good will it be? You know, like, how much control do you have over it? How does that control feel? Lots of questions we got to get in there.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Weapons and armor.
The weapons and armor are not class locked, but certain classes are more efficient with certain types of weapons or armor. Certain abilities require certain items to be equipped. Ranged weapons, shields, two-handed weapons. Weapons are intended to be somewhat agnostic in the sense that you can find a way for a weapon to be utilized by different classes. Not just the rogue is going to be able to use daggers. Because if you restrict equipment through that, it makes the economy more difficult to have sustainability across the market of items.
Yep.
That's true.
So, Missy, do you know what PvX means?
Player versus everything.
Yeah. There you go. Continue.
PvE, basically.
Well, PvE is player versus environment, and then, of course, PvP. But yeah.
player versus X and anything else. It's player versus everything else other than another person.
Exactly.
So PvX, we really like to refer to ourselves as a PvX game because in those systems of PvP, PvE, crafting, they're all intertwined. They're interdependent on each other. Our system of development really requires some interdependence there between those things. You're going to need a crafter to give you the best items. You're going to need PvPers to secure cities and castles. Oh good, I'll pay somebody to be my PvP. You're going to need PvEers to take down those world bosses for those materials to craft.
No.
Ashes of Creation.
Who you would pay is you'd probably pay a bunch of PvPers to protect your freehold.
Yeah. Or I'll just shield it with my mage magic.
Yeah.
Impenetrable shield. Ashes of Creation is a PvX game. Players will naturally encounter both PvP and PvE elements. It is unlikely that a player could purely focus on just PvP or just PvE. No! No! There is a balance between PvP and PvE in Ashes. Some servers may be more PvP focused than others. Oh, please, God, don't let mine be PvP. There will not be different PvP and PvE gear types. Progression in the game might require PvE elements. All stats relate to a player's combat effectiveness in PvX. We're very clear with our objective and philosophy on the game, and we understand that they may not appeal to everybody. But you know it is an important reciprocal relationship between the content that's related to PvE and the content that's related to PvP, and they feed off of each other. They're catalysts for change. Their progression, their development. It's things that people can value when they see something earned and they see something lost. That elicits an emotional response from the player that they've invested time in to either succeed or fail, and PvP allows for that element to be introduced into gameplay. And we're very clear that is our objective. That risk versus reward relationship, that's achievement-based mentality. Not everybody's going to be a winner, and that's okay.
Exactly. The whole everyone gets a trophy thing is BS. Takes away. A game is, Sonic the Hedgehog, right? Sega Genesis. Go back in the day here. You had 3 lives start out, and if you didn't get enough lives, and you burnt all 3 of those lives, you lost. And you start all the way over.
Period. You start all over again.
Yep. Yeah. No save points, any of that crap. I mean, even all the way to like PlayStation with Banjo-Kazooie, you had to actually earn the ability to get a long ass code to be able to enter it in to get to that point. So, but Laura was like, yeah, open world dungeons equal PvP encounters. Yeah, and they did bring that up before, where you're in a dungeon, and the dungeons are huge, and you could be going after these NPCs for something, and then you have this other party that's trying to kill the same NPCs or trying to beat you to the dragon. So, yeah. So I think in a way like that, it makes it fun, because even though Misty says she doesn't like PvP, but I don't know.
You may unleash the beast within.
Well, clearly we saw that in Warframe when you finally tried Warframe. So
there was a lot of swearing and hostility and aggression.
Yep.
It could have just been the day too.
He's got to get out of that box, Missy. Plus, PvP breaks up the monotony of, okay, boss is about to swing now. Okay, dodge. Boss is about to do this. Boss is about to do that. Like, it's like PvP is like you're reacting to a bunch of players. What are they doing? Yeah. Good and memorable, definitely. I agree with that, Laura. Alright, so Alpha 1. Sure, I guess
we need to go through all of this. Yeah, it's basically testing out everything.
Yeah, this one's pretty much, naval possibly. to me, I feel like naval. It's like one of the aspects of the game that I think can be tested. Hopefully, they have PTRs. I think naval could. I'd almost want them to securely get the ground, the nodes, the players, the classes, the dungeons, the raids, the bosses, all that stuff good to go. And then like naval stuff can kind of be like an additional thing, kind of like how BDO did it. So, but if they can get it all done and everything's good to go, then by all means. Let's see here. So Apocalypse, I'm going to talk about that. Looks like that was it for classes. So let's move on to roles, everybody. So some of this, so I know we already kind of talked about roles up top here. Tank, DPS, support, healer roles. We did already talk about balancing, which is a very good point, that the classes, the archetypes are balanced, but the classes themselves just add variety and mostly kind of cosmetic differences, change things up for a little bit.
I may become evil, Laura. Sorry, I know I'll be okay. I'll just you never know. I could become like complete evil mage.
She's
then I could
already
be a
evil.
necromancer and summon dead things. I could summon all the dead stuff, skeletons and zombies.
She's already evil.
Oh, I'm a good witch.
Here.
Most of the time.
So we've covered balancing, class abilities, we already read that. Best in slot items and armor is based on a character's role and the type of monster they are facing. So, yeah, I mean, I could see that going a lot of different ways. So a monster might be slower, so you would need to be quicker. I don't know if armor would slow you down, or if like, you know, like almost like a mage's would be better for this boss than a tank or something like that. But we'll have to see. And it looks like that, guys, actually for roles, it already was covered in the other one. So, and we're actually almost at that 3-hour mark. So, all right, guys. Oh, we got our. I closed the window too much. Flippus. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, guys, if you like this background right here, I was thinking about uploading it some point. Our server website, Sinister, he made it for us. So as you can tell, it's like space, some blue flames coming off of it. So it's a pretty sexy background. I don't think Missy even downloaded this yet, but yeah, guys. So tonight, yeah, like I said, that was archetypes, classes, roles. Hopefully, we described and went through these as much as we could. Like I said, the classes themselves, I think that's going to be something that comes out more and more as actually when like Alpha 1 actually truly starts. Like I said, we have 2 years on this, and a lot of things are going to change along the way and expand. We might have to revisit some of these things, definitely like the classes, because each one of those pages are probably going to be kind of get full on like what they change, how they affect the other class, so on and so forth. So with that, like I said, please, if you haven't already, press that little follow button. Subscribe if you would like to. Like I said, right now, we're looking for exposure. Check out our YouTube page. Subscribe there. We normally put what we do now. I cut it up, put it back on there, shorter segments. Tonight, being that we actually had some good interaction with you, Laura, so thank you for that, and others. Our videos will be a little bit more interactive than just pure content, so that's good. That's good to see. Yet again, I do want to throw this out there, is we do have a Crucible team member program that we're looking for fellow streamers. That you do not have to be MMO based or anything like that to be a part of, but if you do stream and you want to be a part of a team, You know, pretty much we host you on our website, and you practically, you know, wave our flag on your pages practically, and that's about it.
Always
And
free.
definitely, yep. There's no money or like that. It's just helping each other. You know, do podcasts like this together. It'd be cool to get a third person, fourth person on here talking about these things. Yeah, just go to our website, cruciblegamingnetwork.com. There's an apply button on there. There's also a partnership thing. Still got to work with Missy's friend, our rap artist guy. So he's we got to get him up on the website. Got to get. I think we're still waiting for his logos and stuff like that. But
Switch styles.
Switch styles, yeah. So you don't even have to just be a gamer on Twitch. You could be, like I said, we'll partner with anybody. So as long as you know you're cool. So, and so far this guy's been pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, as far as for me, for us tonight, like I said, next week I think is augments and stats. I can't really double check right now because it's all tied to Discord. Missy can check. I can't change it, or the cameras go wonky again.
So skills and augments will be next week.
Skills and augments. So yeah, we'll double check on that one just to kind of see how that kind of breaks down a little bit more. There's always more to find out about this game. But again, thank you, Lore, for joining us tonight. It was really cool to have interaction finally.
Absolutely.
Yep, you too, Lore. And again, I'm out. Brad, Endless88, and
too.
Missy. Missy, you want to say goodbye?
I thought you were standing up.
Nope.
I'm like waiting for you to tell me, okay, quiet.
Nope. We have to say goodbye, especially because your son just.
You missed it.
Yep. You will have
always late to the party, son. Always late to the party.
Yep. He'll just have to catch it all on YouTube.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you next week for Skills and Augments. And hopefully y'all come back and join us, because we like to have discussions back and forth. The more the merrier. So we will see you next Friday. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Exactly. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.